yesterday. We got through 55 qualification matches. We'll get through with 80 today. Thank you so much for your gracious professionalism on and off the field. Also, thank you for being great role models of creativity, excitement, and determination, and sportsmanship. Keep it up today, even as the competition gets more intense.
Speaking of competition, regardless of how your team is doing so far, I hope you see that there's a bigger picture to FIRST. FIRST is about more than just what happens on the field. That's actually just a tiny fraction of it. It's about building a better future. It's about building community and building leaders in all of you. It's about way more than robots. What's it about? Well, let's see what it's about.
That's a good question.
FIRST is more than robots. FIRST is like a family.
No, it doesn't matter your background because
it's community. Making things in general is what speaks to me.
I'm actively changing the world around me.
And we all work together.
We end up coming up with really interesting ideas, and she keeps it fun.
The more people know about robotics and STEM in general,
there would be smarter solutions to a lot of the problems that we have now.
Yeah.
It's just always intrigued me making something.
I like building what comes to my mind.
Maybe a mini helicopter.
Mini robot.
Like a butler.
Like boats. I just love that feeling of building stuff.
It brings out your imagination.
It helps expose me to different things.
It's almost like if you aren't having fun, you're doing it wrong.
A team is so much more than just building.
We meet a bunch of different people that we wouldn't normally meet.
People from different cultures and races and stuff.
It made me feel like that could be me.
No matter what you look like or where you're from.
We're just a team of people who really enjoy robotics.
It's just a whole nother world.
We can basically do anything we want with it. It's not just building robots.
As you go through today, be sure to ask yourself that question too. What does FIRST mean to you? Think of where FIRST has taken you and where it'll take you in the future. And remember, no matter how today plays out, remember to take it in stride as part of a larger journey to make the world a better place.
So, to help us get started on day 2 at this Gainesville event, please welcome our first speaker this morning. That's Mr. Chip McDaniel. You should all know him. He's the president of the GeorgiaFIRST Board of Directors from Automation Direct, and of course your lead judge here at this weekend's event.
And our esteemed guests from the Carolinas and Indiana. So, yep, that's great. So on behalf of your board of directors, we're very pleased to have everybody here, our first event this year for FRC. I want to take a minute to thank some of our volunteers over the past year. I'm not sure everybody's aware, but we had more than 4,000 volunteers give us more than 1 million hours of their time last year. How about a round of applause for those volunteers? That truly boggles my mind. It's amazing. Please take time today to thank one of the volunteers, or 10 or 20 or 500,000 of them if you can find the time. Speaking of our events, we hosted over 70 events in Georgia last year. That covers everything from the junior FLL events all the way up to these FRC events. As you know, we'll have 5 district qualifiers in the state this year, up from 4 last year. Growth is a wonderful thing. And then we hope to see all of you in Athens next month for the state championships. Who's going to be in Athens? That's wonderful. If I can change hats for just a minute and speak on behalf of Automation Direct, my company's got a problem I'm hoping you can help us with. So we're trying to give away robot parts. Would anybody like some robot parts? So we put this piece of paper in your kit of parts. It's a voucher for some free stuff. And I think the utilization in Georgia is a little higher than it is nationwide, but the numbers are not where we want them. We're not able to give away as many parts as we'd like. So please, if you haven't used your voucher for Automation Direct yet, please consider going online and doing that. These parts are absolutely free. You will need to pay for shipping unless you make a slightly larger order, and then we will give you some complimentary shipping. The other good news for Georgia teams, we ship same day. You can order as late as 6 p.m. on a weekday and have the parts the following day. That's regardless of which kind of shipping method you choose. So please keep that in mind. So enough about all that. I'm going to turn this over to our next speaker. Thank you.
Now, as previously mentioned, Georgia First relies on the generosity of its partners and sponsors to make this program work. Representing one of our newest sponsors of the Gainesville District Qualifier, please welcome Mr. Bill Hall and Mr. Lyle Thompson from Slab Dream Lab.
Good morning. So thank you so much for letting me be here. I'm going to clarify a little bit. My name is Bill Hall, but I'm from Murray Plastics. Slab Dream Lab's one of my customers. They'll be speaking in just a moment. But really thankful to be here. As we just learned, I'm brand new to this event. This is day 2 for me, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm thankful to be here, and I'm so inspired. You guys do some incredible work. Can't believe what you can get accomplished in 6 weeks. I know it's years of work building up to it, but it's just so inspiring. So like I said, I'm from Murray Plastics, and the question always comes up, okay, what do you do at Murray Plastics? So it's very simple. We do custom injection molding, which doesn't usually explain it to anybody, although it makes perfect sense to me. So to simplify it, we take little plastic pellets, about half the size of a popcorn kernel, and we put it into our machine, heats it up, squishes it into a mold, and we make stuff, all kinds of plastic parts. So usually that clarifies things a bit, and people say, oh, I got it. You're an inventor, or you're an engineer. Well, actually, I'm neither of those things, but those are my customers. So people just like you guys that come up with ideas, different components you need for something you're manufacturing, whether it be a robot or night vision goggles for the military or a base plate for Legos. We assist the engineer and the inventor to develop their product. So that's really what we're about and why I'm so inspired to see all the creativity that comes out of this organization. So as I mentioned, I was going to have one of my customers here, Lyle Thompson from Slab Dream Lab. He's an inventor. He came up with an idea. He had a problem that he and his son were playing with Legos, and they wanted a solution, and he's going to describe that to you. So thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's great to be here today. I really appreciate y'all inviting me out to speak, and I have to say, I'm extremely excited. This is my first time here. Came here yesterday, and I had to sleep on the couch last night, but not because my wife was mad at me, because I was going to keep her up all night, tossing and turning, thinking about speaking with you today. So I had a great time. I brought some of my own friends here with me today. I want to introduce a couple of people really quick. Tracy Zeilinger is standing up right now. This is my general manager. She just joined us about 90 days ago. She knew nothing about our business. I'm the CEO. I am the chairman of the board. And I also sweep out the place of Slab Dream Lab. And I'm going to explain that in just a minute. Also, I'm going to introduce my wife, Stephanie Thompson. She's not only pretty, but she's also just like all of y'all. She's a mechanical engineer. She's actually a graduate of Georgia Tech, magna cum laude. Woo! Way to go, Tech! Man, I'm sorry, I graduated from Georgia, so we have a mixed marriage. I feel that. She's amazing. She now works for Hitachi in the safety area for the Hitachi tools, and she used to work on nuclear power plants. And I was really excited. I wanted her to stand up because I see so many women here today out here in this engineering field. And we need more women in the engineering field. We need more women in manufacturing. So glad to see all you girls out here, okay? And lastly, I want to introduce my son, Matthew Thompson. He's not only the best son in the world, but he's also our inspiration for our entire company. When he was 9 years old, he was coming up on his 10th birthday, and he said, Dad, I want a Lego table. He made Lego stop motion videos. And he said, Dad, I want a Lego table. And I said, oh, that's easy. Little did I know, $500 later and about 10 trips to Lowe's, I came up and I was building with this right here. I don't know if anybody knows this. This is what a Lego base plate looks like. So we built this table and all the kids liked it. And I said, hey, you know, there's got to be a better base plate. There's got to be someone's going to make these things easier to work with, and they got to be better. So I started asking questions about that, and that's part of the entrepreneurial process. I've had 6 companies so far. I've had a couple of them fail, some of them miserably. I've had some of them do very well. Currently, right now, this is the main one that I'm working with, and it's been profitable from the first 30 days that it started out, which is really unusual for startup companies. What I wanted to show you, I left one of the things. We ended up getting to was this plate right here, which you can see is a lot stronger, a lot sturdier. We redesigned the plate. I'm not here to do an advertisement for my company. I'm here to encourage you and tell you a couple of things. I want to tell you a couple of things very quickly. I don't have much time, but I've got a lot of experience, and I paid a heavy price for my knowledge. What I'm about to tell you is worth millions of dollars. It's literally, it's worth millions of dollars in over 20 years. The 3 things I want you to walk away. As I looked around here, I tell you, I was so excited. I found my people. I really have. Yesterday, I picked up the phone and I called the colonel. Sorry, not from KFC. The Colonel Hathaway. He's the headmaster of our school. He used to actually be headmaster here at Riverside Military. And I said, we've got to get our first robotics program at Prince Avenue. That's where Matthew and our kids go to school. So next year, Prince is going to be involved. We're going to be part of this team. So I'm really excited about that. So y'all have already affected me. I'm hoping I'm going to affect you. So real quick, let me tell you 3 things I want you to walk with. And I can have everybody's attention really quickly. This is really important. There's some times in life when you just need to listen, and this is one of those. Because I had one of my great mentors, a guy named Truett Cathy. People may not know that, but he's actually the original founder of Chick-fil-A. And I knew him since I was 14 years old, and I used to drive around with him and hear him speak. And he was a phenomenal man, and we are saddened to see him apart from us. But let me tell you real quick 3 things. Number 1, in school, you're taught to give the right answer, okay? Right? They ask you a question, give the right answer. Let me tell you something. In the entrepreneurial process, you got to ask questions. You got to always ask questions. Why? Why would someone buy this? Why would an investor invest in it? Why would anybody want this? Why can't I make it better? How do we make it better? Is this right? How can I be better? Question, question, question. That's number 1. So number 1, ask questions, right? Never, never not ask questions. You have to do that. You have to learn from this. Number 2 item that I want you all to walk away with very much, including these 2 guys walking right here. I want you to walk away with these 2 points. I'm just kidding. So I want you all to walk away with the number 2 point. Let me tell you, we're taught in this culture to be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure. Embrace failure. It's hard. I lost lots of money. In literally almost 5 years ago to this month, my wife and I closed the door on our business we've been working on for 11 years. I lost everything. I lost over $15 million in private equity I had raised. I felt like I was going to lose my reputation. I felt like I was going to lose everything. I was facing mountains of debt. I woke up in the morning, not unlike this morning, afraid of the sun rising because I was facing another day. Had made a lot of mistakes and a lot of failure. Had some successes, but a lot of failure. So we shut the company down. Let me tell you what I did. I decided that morning I was going to learn. And I learned. And I started over. I founded 2 more companies. One, in 2 years, I raised it up and sold it to the original founders, Fitbit, and I made more money on that company than I did the one I worked on for 11 years. Okay, I didn't make a ton, but I got out. It's about overcoming the failure. So I'm telling you, don't be afraid to try, even when you are afraid to try. Try again. Keep going. Keep going. Keep fighting. Keep winning. If you look at everyone that's been successful, if you look at the invention of something as simple as a light bulb, it took 1,000 tries. Keep trying. So don't be afraid to fail. Failure is your best teacher. It humbles you. It teaches you to be better. I did better on the company after the one that I failed at because I learned a lot. I learned from those mistakes. The second company I started is this one right here. And it is phenomenal. In 4 years, in running this company, it's taken us 6 years to get to what I'm about to show you. And this is lift that up. This is the only one in the world right now. It's a 2x4 Lego compatible base plate that you can pick up like this. We just finished it 2 weeks ago. We just got to that. 6 years. So I'm telling you, keep doing. The last thing I'll say, this is the third thing that I'll say. Look, you guys, when I look around, you guys are sitting in the best place at the best point in the history of the world. You are. You have more technology. You're in the best country. You're in the richest country in the world. And rich not only in money, but rich in opportunity. You need to go out there and conquer the world. Why? Because you can. You're in the place to do that. So I want to encourage you, like my mentors before, the ones that have passed away. Go out there, conquer the world, rule the day, fight these battles, and go out there and do the best you can. You can succeed. Just you have to try. Go out and try. Anybody cannot try, but not everybody can try. You can try. I've seen that here today. So I thank y'all for your time. Enjoyed this speech. Probably the last time I'll be asked to speak publicly, but enjoyed it very much, and y'all have a great week.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we got to say good morning to some of our groups of volunteers, starting with this group in blue down front. Good morning, judges. Hopefully all of you have had a chance to meet them and wow them with your team.
And also welcome back our hardworking with our head referee, Jan Sperlin, with a few notes for you.
Got some good news. Am I live? I don't need this. No yellow cards yesterday. Woo! There were basically 3 fouls that were called consistently yesterday. One of them was using cubes. When you're in your null zone, you're protected, and if you get hit, it's a tech foul. Jeez Louise. We don't need this. G22 is the controlling more than one power cube. We saw that a bunch yesterday. We've talked to the teams. We think that we're in pretty good shape as far as that's go. And the other thing, that's interesting. And the last one was GO9, which was the illegal launching of cubes. When you're launching cubes, you've got to be in contact with your switch, or you've got to be over your switch or in your null zone if you're doing it up there. Thank you guys very much. Let's have a good day.
What can I say? We're at the military academy, all right? So next hard-working group of volunteers is your robot inspectors, led by Mr. Ken Craig. Reminder teams this morning, as you finish your last qualification match, go ahead and re-inspect to be eligible for the playoffs. Don't wait for match 80 unless you're in match 80. Last qualification match.
Yeah, now, and these events would not be complete, and our robots would not run nearly as well if it wasn't for the help of our friends from Georgia Power. Please give our machine shop a huge round of applause.
And we're going to keep the appreciation train going by recognizing our queuing squad. This is a group of volunteers to make sure that you're on the field, on time, ready to play.
So this is the one I'm standing here for. All right, now here's what the schedule looks like for today. We'll continue playing qualification matches. We'll go from 56 through to 80, where we'll move immediately into alliance selections, where the top 8 teams will select 2 teams each to play in the playoffs with them. Then, after a lunch break, we will complete the playoffs, after which we'll have a huge award ceremony where we'll give out tons of hardware.
All right, but before we get to the action on the field, please stand for our national anthem this morning, sung, of course, by our Peachtree District All-Team Choir.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wonderful job, and please welcome back the other wonderful voice you'll be hearing today, our game announcer, Mr. Roy McConnell.
Good morning, Gainesville!
And now it's time to power up. Teams, come power up your robots. It's time to get Sunday started at the Gainesville District Qualifier.